I'm James, a fly fishing fanatic from the north, with an absolute obsession for chasing silver.
Yeah, it's a big fish. I've got a hell of a fish on here. I'll get the net.
And I'm Ripon, a certified coarse angling addict that literally eats, sleeps and breathes fishing.
I ain't gonna kiss it again. Oh, you can kiss it. No.
Being from different ends of the fishing spectrum, our paths crossed during our incredible big fish worldwide adventure.
Oh, the main man's in again.
It had to be fate, and there was only ever going to be one outcome.
A new partnership was born, one ready for a new angling adventure. Last time we took on the world, this time it's a little closer to home.
Bring on the bus.
We have some truly incredible fish that reside in our British waters, with a select few falling into a unique category. Fish so spectacular, they have shaped and changed people's lives and driven them to have an insatiable fascination with them. It's time to be proud of what we have and celebrate their status as an iconic fish.
We can't do this alone though, so we have drafted in our good friend and world-renowned fly fishing legend, Hal Morgan. Along with Hal, we'll also be joined by some of the country's most talented anglers to help us not only understand and discover, but catch these iconic fish.
We are the Untamed Anglers,
and this is Britain's iconic fish.
We've got the Untamed Anglers and the Untamed Fish.
The boats are ready, and I think it's time to start fishing. What do you think? Go on, Howell! Cups away!
Timeless, the Grayling. A fish so stunning it's been branded the Lady of the Stream.
It can be found in clean, well-oxygenated river systems all around the UK.
Inhabiting the same water as their long-lost cousins, the wild brown trout.
These beautiful-looking fish boast one of the greatest dorsal fins on the planet, a spectacular and extravagantly coloured sail that, when displayed in their full glory, is used as a signal to warn other grayling.
History hasn't treated these fish well, often seen as vermin in competition in the past. They were persecuted and slaughtered in huge numbers, all to make way for the more desired species.
Thankfully, now they have gained their rightful status as an iconic fish.
To help us in our quest for these ladies of the stream, we have an absolute grayling god, a man with over 50 years experience. He is one of the most well-respected and looked up to fly anglers around the globe. Whoa! He has now dedicated his entire angling life to introducing fishing to the next generation through his organisation, Fishing for Schools. We are proud to present our grayling guru, Charles Jardine.
Oh, yes. Okay, what size it is?
Oh, there's a little bit of mud on the S.
Oh, boy, it's mooring work, yes, sir.
Oh, mate. Fish deserve the etiquette and respect of some smart clothing rather than all the big muscles and the tattoos, to be honest. You know, it's really...
Is this like my new initiation?
No, it's just you're in Hampshire, so...
This will be the only time on camera.
See, now you look... Now he looks slightly more an English gent.
We've got the forfeit sorted.
Stitch, it's a nice cut.
Wait a minute, Sid.
Instantly, I'm even more... I kind of fancy him now in a way, more so than I did. Tucking into breakfast. Right, you got your instructions.
What you mean?
There you go.
Got my novel.
How to Fish in 4 Easy Steps by Ripon. Grayling identification. Yeah.
Put it back.
Is it silver?
They live in rivers. I've got the label on his.
Well, you're going to give it back to the shop.
Who's the brand new kid?
It's a brand new kid.
Straight out of the wrapper.
Straight out of the wrapper.
Follow me. Everyone follow me. Okay, right, we're here at the filling mill, Easton on the Itchin. We've got 2 beats which we're going to be fishing today. We've got the upper stretch, which we'll move on to later, which is the main river above the house. But we're going to be walking a good sort of couple of 100 yards down through the fields to fish sort of the more of the wild stretch, a lot more under trees. So any form of sort of French nymphing, clinking and dinking, hopefully, you know, we're going to get a few fish. So you need to get down to them at this time of year, you know. But the water being, you know, never getting cooler than 4 degrees, there is always a chance of seeing dry flies, even in the winter. I mean, it's nuts. There are some very good trout in here. I mean, you know, there's good grayling scattered amongst all the trout as well. So it's you know, you're going to try and target green.
Yeah,
you're going to try and target, but you know,
the
the collateral damage might be trout.
Today we join Simeon here on the River Itchen. Charles is going to give Rip on a crash course in river entomology before tomorrow's big competition.
Oh God, these are chalk streams that come straight out of the aquifers, up through the ground in springs. Could take you up to the headwaters.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just, and they're fueled by, if you look at a map, there's loads of carriers that come in and it's all like a labyrinth. This shouldn't be here, it's man-made.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
This should be a swamp. In you know, ancient times, this would have been a swamp. And man has just carved these irrigation canals and they've turned into be the most, you know, the prestigious rivers of the world. Gonna see if I can get some shrimp. Whoa, there you go. Mayfly, mayfly, mayfly. I did have a shrimp in here. I think it's...
They look gnarly, don't they?
Yeah, whatever gnarly is, I'll go with it.
A bit like Hal's face.
Oops. I tell you what, that's a bit like me about 12 o'clock on Saturday night.
Rolling around.
Yeah, it wasn't good, frankly. There you go, that's what they eat. Now Ripon, what you've got here is a box that started its life with nothing in it at all last year, which sounds ridiculous, but I wanted to have something that I could go to. It's my go-to box now, but simply because all the patterns in here have had success. Now these little guys here are just a variety of nymphs that will work, and oddly, some will work for grayling very well, not work for trout.
Okay.
There's very seldom a crossover.
See, as a novice, straight away I would go for the biggest and shiniest.
Yeah, well, most do. But
I mean,
you've got to understand that even on a water like here, the quarry that we're going after has got eyes that are so quick at analysing the situation around them. What's good, what's not good, what's edible, what's potentially edible, what isn't edible. Okay. And they've got to make a decision like that.
Like that.
You see the little dark ones? That perfect for what we're trying to represent. These olivey coloured ones, perfect again.
Yeah.
You know, not a million miles away from the creatures that you saw. But as we're in a competition against one another, so I won't show you everything. But I didn't go into the competition world. I didn't want that. It's not for me. It's for other people, just not for me. I
totally agree with you. Yeah.
I love just being here, and I like the fellowship.
Yeah.
You know, I'm enjoying. You won't believe this probably, but I'm really enjoying today because you've not really done this. And it's a great opportunity to open the window on my world and say, look, that's what it is. And I want to open the door too, so boom, off you go.
And that's why we're here. This grayling fishing seems easy. I'm so glad I'm with Charles. You've fished for grayling for a lot of your life.
Adore grayling. I mean, it wasn't always the case.
Was it not?
No. When I grew up, I'm not grown up
When
yet.
I grew up.
But when I came into the world of fly fishing, it was absolutely it was vermin, it was like rabbits, it was like anything, and it was extraordinary how times have changed. I mean, you would come along and you'd find dead grayling. The keeper would come along on a river like this and heft them out, and they would just rot in the sun. Now, they're absolutely revered, and that's in my lifetime. They've just, everything, the circumstance of the grayling has just done a full circle, and now we're absolutely seeing it as a prestigious game fish. Yeah. It's fantastic.
I can see you take off a lot of enjoyment in grayling, but what is it? What is the actual elements that, you know, is it the feeding habits? Is it the catching? Is it the colours?
I think it's everything. If you bring all those together and distill them into one fish, you've got it. I mean, you know, they'll feed in times of the year when nothing else really does. I mean, you might get the odd bewildered chub, but apart from that, probably not. But the colours, I mean, you know, when you get your grayling, it's going to have turquoise running through the fins. It's going to have that red tip to its dorsal fin that is majestic. It just flares up like a sail, just catches the current. And there's a charm and a beauty about grayling that actually eludes other fish. And that's why I love them. They're just brilliantly designed for the areas that they feed in.
So would you say you were humbled by it? Would you say?
Something humbled. I mean, I don't think a human being can be humbled by anything. I mean, we're an apex predator, but I certainly rejoice in them.
Yeah.
And that's the right word, because it's a gentle word and it means that you're in sympathy with them. And I think both Alex, my son, who you know, I think, we all celebrate the grayling because it takes us to places at times of year we wouldn't ordinarily fish. And you just, I don't know, it's just the quintessence, and that's the right word, of the time of year, the fish and the methods that you use to catch them.
Brilliant. I look forward to catching them later on.
Oh, you will, you will. They like being caught.
They like
being caught.
I don't know if they'll like me.
Oh, they will, they will.
Looks like Howell is trying to educate the salmon daddy.
If you see a big fish, mark something on the bank so you know the 3 down there, I know which clump of reed it is, so I can go back, sneak in behind them. So when you're walking, if you see one, if you spooked one, right, make a mental note so you can come back down again and creep up onto that situation. See that one?
Yeah.
Just mid-water. There. Don't be scared to keep it tight as well, yeah? So tight, don't pull it up. You want to lead, dip, you've got to strike every time.
So why have we got so many different colours and knots on?
It just stands out in any light, right? Yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red. So it just stands out. See this light now?
Yeah.
If you had, yeah, I know it's a fish. Oh God, the indicator went 3 times and he's there.
Just get that net.
Don't work with kids, animals and James Stokesy. Nice one. Can I just say, right, and this is not taking a mick out of him, little bit slow. Babby.
Caught by me.
No,
Caught by myself.
I think I talked that one on.
Yeah, maybe
right.
it's a bit of luck.
There we go. And then,
go look.
Go on, smell it. Can you smell that? That's not me going to the toilet, right?
Howell has got a fascination with this smell of grayling, and I still can't get it.
Can you smell it?
It smells like fish.
When you're using 2, you always put the heaviest fly on the bottom and fish the lighter fly above it.
Okay.
Because it's more like that. More, if you can imagine, we're casting upstream, it's hit, it grabs, so that's coming through, and that's the importance of the angle. So on this one, what should we put on? My son's funky shrimp, that one.
Funky shrimp.
I mean, look at that, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It shouldn't work, but it does. It really does.
Wow.
I know. So that's going on the point, that's going to be your heaviest fly. You've got a medium flow here, you haven't got a massive flow, you've got a healthy flow, but it's not rampaging through.
So nothing too heavy.
No.
Nice and light.
You need to get it down there quickly, but not so quickly as to dig in the whole time. Okay, that's good. Oh, they're spooking out with that leader. I'm going to put you on a single fly, I think. Borrow the rod just a second. Just see if there is something still there. There it is.
He takes the rod once and he gets it.
Oh, fantastic, Charles.
I knew there was something there. I know it's live bait to you, but it's a fish to us.
Well done, mate. Someone had to do it because I weren't doing it.
Well, no, because they're so fragile, and they're not called the lady of the stream for nothing. I think what's happened is a pike's been there before us.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
We're off the mark.
Yeah, but we are. But there is a bigger fish out there.
You're all right. Just get on that sandbar. You can fish that there then. Go on. See, it's all right, it's solid.
Are you kidding? I'm sinking.
Yeah, well, keep going. There you go. Keep going. One more step, you're fine. There you go. That's it, solid. Fish right in that channel. You know, see where yeah, you see where they've repaired, put the bank thing in?
Yeah.
That's it, good.
Stop poaching my fish.
Well, listen, you'd have only come here and spooked it, so I thought I might as well give it a decent chance. And bearing in mind tomorrow, you're not going to be in the river. You won't be allowed to go in the river.
Howell only fishes true naturals. He's a naturalist. So if you take a look at this fly, it's as close as possible as you can get to a worm.
Squirminator.
They work though, they work.
They work. I had a grayling earlier and he was just chewing on there and he wouldn't get the fly in his mouth. Absolutely brilliant. It's just out, like being out on the river with a beginner. Beautiful brownie. But out of season, so, but just proves, Squirminator. Off you go, mate, come back. Look at him, straight away. As soon as I land the fish, he goes straight back in there. Hey, hey. Now, listen, if we were on a salmon river and somebody hooked a salmon, would you jump straight into his spot? That's totally unethical.
If it's not working, then I will resort to that. I don't like it. It hurts my sense of decency, but...
So is this one of these techniques that everyone uses but never likes to admit?
No, not necessarily.
It's the Mr. Morgan special.
What it is something that can work very well on one day and be absolutely useless the next.
Really?
Yeah, it really is, you know. It's the ultimate Marmite method. Oh, it looked to. Oh, jeez, yeah, no, lift, please lift.
Two of them, weren't it? Oh, very nice.
There you go.
Oh, it's a Grayling.
It is a Grayling. Oh, I just hate the idea it's a squirmy. Now, how you fish this is you get to the bottom of the run and you work up. Yeah, so there's going to be fish all the way through here. There's got to be.
It's up there.
Well, it's got a big fin. That's why it's going to sit there. And it's embarrassed because it's taken a bloody squirmy again.
No, more like you're embarrassed.
No, I'm embarrassed, you're right. You actually couldn't care less, could you?
I'm quite interested to see how big this is, because this is just sitting there in the water.
To keep everything smooth with grayling, don't make anything hasty, and don't forget we're on barber's hook, so... Oh yeah, it's a good grayling. Oh shit, that's a good grayling.
Go on, get in there.
No, get it on the surface or not.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Yay!
Wow, that is a decent grayling. That is an absolute pucker grayling.
It's a male because it's got this great big dorsal fin here and it can stretch almost back to the adipose. And the thing about the grayling is it's one of the most ancient fish going. It's a member of the whitefishes. And it transported itself all the way across from the Arctic and parts of Middle Europe and somehow got here. I don't know why, but it did. I'd put that about 1/6 thereabouts.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it much bigger.
Is that quite big for the itching?
It's a good fish. I mean, it's a good fish. It's a good grayling, period. Wherever you are. Yeah.
Come on! Go on, let me have a go. Let's have a...
Hold it very gently, because they are absolutely, they're so gentle, these fish. They're very fragile.
We've tested our knowledge to the max. Charles and Howell have guided us into some amazing, iconic grayling.
Right, Rip, listen, you practiced today.
Yeah.
And the one that you really caught on the fly, the Squirminator, as I've nicknamed it. Right, listen, unfortunately my eyes are gone, so I'm going to have to put these on.
So we're using this stuff.
We're using this, right? Unfortunately, the worst thing about today, right? Oh, shut up. Right? The worst thing about today is that the Squirminator's out. That was my secret pattern.
Okay.
Because where we're fishing tomorrow, Broadlands, They had a competition back in October. And don't tell James this, but the top fly was a squirmy. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought, well, they don't know that. But obviously, I let the cat out of the bag this morning. This thing, right, it's an absolute nightmare to tie. And what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to tie this one.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get you to try and tie one, right, and see if you can actually catch a fish with it. Because I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than catching a fish on a fly you've tied. When you tie this on, right, it's really soft. But what you're trying to do, see the tail?
Yeah.
Right, it goes round. So you just pull it tight. And if you keep it on this side, you see, just like that. And then what we do to tie it up, we actually stretch. So you pull in that.
Oh, right, I see.
Just stretch it on this side of the hook, because when you tie, you're actually pushing it back towards the middle.
Right.
See? All right?
So you start this side and then it pushes back.
And then
that side.
when you're tying it in, it goes there, right? And then what we do, come back down. A little bit more. A little bit more.
Oh, look.
What's going on here, boys?
Oh, look.
What do you want?
Just come to see what's going on.
No, get out.
Yeah, get out.
This is our team tonight. Right? I had to put up with you all day today.
What
right?
with Team Stogo?
Yeah, Team Stoko is Charles and James tomorrow. So bugger off, please.
Mate, don't go using our techniques, mate.
Bye. Ta-da. Right.
Have a good time, mate.
Yeah. Listen, mate, we have to win tomorrow, because if he wins, we ain't gonna hear the end of it, right?
No.
He's gonna be gloating for the rest of his life. So now, right, to finish off, just see that sticking up. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of that dubbing.
Yeah.
And the good thing with this, if you put too much on, you can pull it off. If you don't put enough on, you just add a bit more. What I want to do is just get that leg, that squirmy, just build that up. So he's pushing it back a little bit, right? So, and then we just finish it off.
You've got quite nimble Welsh sausage fingers, haven't you?
We're finished. Look at this. Right, this is the one you're going to struggle. Right, just like that, like that, and then you grab the scissors, put it in there, pull it in. Job done. That is a squirminator. Simple and easy. It's on a jig hook, riding upside down.
Yeah.
Right. So when you tie it tight, that's going to go along the riverbed like that, upside down. So you're not going to hook in the weeds. You're not going to hook in the rocks. Simple, easy. But there is nothing, you know, like you do your own rigs rather than a shop bought rig. There's nothing. It gives you more sort of satisfaction that you've done it. So with fly fishing, more satisfaction if you tie your own fly as well.
Right. So
Go on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right. Now we've got to come all the way back down. I'll keep that stretched. So start it right at the top. Go on, just spin it. Spin it around the silk. Spin, spin, come down, come down, come down, come down, come down, come down, come down. That's it, perfect. Right. Perfect. Keep going, all of it.
all of it.
Yeah. Right, now then. That's absolutely brilliant. See, both of them are coming backwards.
That's
then
quite nice.
I'll do the whip finish because it's a little bit awkward. Just needs a bit of teasing, just a little bit on the side, a bit more. There you go, mate. That is the killer flavour tomorrow.
I'm not going to lie, is better than your one.
Yeah, quite nearly.
Well, we'll see tomorrow.
But for your first fly, that's pretty good. Well done.
Now we understand how to catch these fish. The competition is on. It's me versus Rip. And we're better than the Broadlands beat on the River Test. So for me today, this is a very, very special day. We're going to be fishing the phenomenal Broadlands beat on the Test. Now this is an iconic river. This is a river that I've always wanted to fish as long as I can remember being interested in fishing. I mean, just look at it. Stunning beat, full of grayling, full of trout. The diversity of fish here is unreal, but today we're after grayling.
So we've got Team Jardine.
Yeah, all three of them.
All three of them. And we've got Team Morgan as well.
So competition rules today, the most fish and the largest fish. And we're going to leave it up to Alex to decide who's going to be fishing which beat first. It just keeps things fair.
You watch this, it's just going to land on his side. Oh no. And it's a head.
Oh, heads. Sorry, there was no favouritism. Oh, come on,
It's a double-headed coin.
Right, so the decision has been made. Team Morgan on the upper, Team Jardine on the lower. We'll swap at lunchtime.
Happy days, all the best.
Days.
That means we've got 2 hours of peace and quiet without you, James. All the best. Tight lines for about 2 seconds and then it goes slack.
Yeah, no, man.
So, mate.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Spot, mate. Thank you very much.
You're staying with us. You're not going with them. Come on. Right, where would you go? Seriously.
So here's the first few casts of the day, and the big competition. Just fishing totally different to what we were doing yesterday. The river's about 3 or 4 times the size, total different tactics. It's just like a total new learning curve for us. It's like being back at school. But what Charles has just said there, don't concentrate on a spot for too long. We've got limited time. We've got a couple hours till lunch. We've got to cover the water. So there's no point casting the same spot, the same spot, the same spot. It's similar to salmon fishing that I do back home. Just keep moving, casting a step, casting a step. So all I'm doing here is letting those 2 flies under the indicator come down slowly. No tension on it at all, just so it drifts more naturally. And if that indicator goes under, just give it a quick, short, sharp strike, and hopefully we'll be in. Just got that thought in the back of my head where I'm just constantly thinking about Mr. Morgan and Rip-On. But sometimes you've just got to get on with what you're doing. If you let other people affect your thinking and actions, it's the worst thing you can do. Just fish how you do best. I've learned a lot the last 2 days from Charles and Howell. I'm just putting it into practice now, and hopefully we'll get rewarded soon. It's going to happen sooner or later. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's not just one of those daft things. It's just you get a little bit of water and it just looks so tempting. This looks so fishy. It sounds stupid, but it does. If I was a fish, I would swim here, because I'm lazy. So what Charles is doing here, he's just fishing this seam line here. You've got this embankment coming out and it's just creating a seam line. You actually see it. You've got slightly slacker water on the inside, faster on the outside. And what the fish will often do is sit on those seam lines, waiting for food particles and vertebrae and insects to come down. But for me, if you were to swim in the river or swim anywhere, you wouldn't swim in the fastest currents, would you? Unless you're a lazy Grayling. So we're going to have a little tactical move. We're going to move further upstream, just a little bit too fast in here. And the way we're going to fish it is literally every yard. Cast, step, cast, step. We want to cover the water, find the fish. Obviously we're moving from downstream, upstream, but we need to bash on because we're not running out of time, but we're losing it.
So same as you were doing yesterday. Lob, just lead that.
Keep the tension on.
That's it. Just feeling the bottom nicely there, right? You're going to pick up a little bit of bottom, but just keep working it around. So see, now it's coming up with a flow.
Yep.
Little pull, then up and out.
Up and out.
Off you go. Try that.
Thank you, sir. Fishing with these guys, you know, they're so tactical and they've got all the gear, and I don't have a clue, I'll be honest with you. It's just one of those things. It still baffles me. And, you know, you're fishing against guys that, you know, they fish for England, you know, they're very good at what they do. Yesterday, in fact, was my second grayling, but that was far the biggest grayling I've ever had. By any means, like even Charles said, he said that was by any standard a big grayling, especially from the itching. It was brilliant.
Yes! Oh! Rip! First fish! And it's gonna measure. It's in the net. Oh! Yes! Ah! And I don't really want to show you this, but I will. Have a look what's in his mouth. It's a squirmy. Beautiful grayling, 34 centimeters. It's definitely not the biggest they're in here. There are monsters in here. But that was one to the bung on a squirmy. Let's see how Stokesy's getting on with his New Zealand style.
One. I just need one fish to get off the mark. Come on. Where should I go? I don't know. Is it?
Have you fished all of the same line out here?
Could you grab that net? We don't know what it is yet. I would love it to be a Grayling, but I think it's just pulling a bit. It's like trouty.
Oh no, it's a trout.
Is it? Oh, Alex.
There's a beautiful wild trout, mate.
It wasn't a Grayling anyway, it was a trout, but it would have been nice to get it out. He was in the net,
He was.
and then he was out.
And then he just fell over the...
Bad gilly.
Yeah.
This is why I'm with the Grayling Guru. Another perfect iconic Grayling by an iconic angler.
First cast. Get in. Oh, you're a superstar. You're an absolute superstar. Literally just here. Fish instantly took it. Pressure's eased a little bit. Obviously, we don't know how the other guys are getting on, but it's a fish. Get it.
Pop him in there. Just watch he doesn't jump over. So, look, he's just on 22.
Look at that. 22. They all count. Go on, mate. And that is why you always get a guide. Local knowledge. He ain't meant to be helping us, but it is Team Jardine, so we're twisting things a little bit. I'm sure you've helped the other guys.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you, mate.
I can't possibly tell you.
Well, apparently today I'm the trout guru, because this is the second one I've hooked. This is a good fish. It's a good fish. Unfortunately, it's out of season, but any other day, this would be one hell of a fish to catch. Don't want to put too much pressure on him. You're right about the big fish being there, Alex.
Yeah.
Just the wrong blooming ones. There we go. Come on, mate. Come on. Come on. Yes, well done, mate. Unfortunately, this little fella's out of season, but look at that. Still a welcome catch. Go on, buddy. Go and tell your friends, your Grayling friends. Oh, shit. There we go. Yes. A little bit of help from senior Jardine. It's not a bad fish either. Please be a Grayling. Don't want to put too much pressure on him, Alex.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's fighting a bit different to that trout did. Yes. Oh.
Brilliant.
See that? It came off as it went in the net. Oh. Get in. Yes.
Give him a quick measure.
He's the biggest so far. Not a massive fish, but they're getting bigger. They're getting bigger. With a little help from my friend.
Looks like James has finally caught a Grayling. You're gonna need all the help you can get, Stoko.
Good man. Oh, he's a nice fish as well.
Come on, come on.
So pull it to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. Yeah, to the bank, man.
To the bank?
Yes. Just stay where you are. It's nice slow water. That's it, keep his head up. Head up, head up. Head up.
Oh, off he goes.
Yeah, ooh, he's a bigger fish, mate.
He's a
Look
bigger
at the dorsal
fish.
fin.
Oh!
Come on.
Yay!
You
Oh.
star.
Look at that.
Now, you know yesterday,
Yeah,
you caught that fish.
yeah.
This is a little bit bigger, pal.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, buddies, come on. On the old pink shrimp as well.
Oh,
Well done, Mr. Jardine.
there we go. We won't tell your dad. Though. We won't tell your dad.
Right,
So
wet that first. Right. Oh.
39 for the big fish count. If I bring him round. Trouble is you can't give him any grunt with these light rods. Come here, you beauty. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. There we go. That's definitely a countable size, that one. Yep, we're on again. See, there's definitely a little pod here. Oh, oh dear. 2 fish lost. I can tell you what, Hal would be absolutely fizzing if he saw me do this.
Couple of minutes left, Rip.
Only a couple of minutes?
Yeah. Just keep catching them, Rip.
That is number 5. Woo, off you go, little. Yep. We are on again, Mr. Howell Morgan.
Is that counting?
Yep. It is a grayling.
Is it over 15?
Yep.
Good boy, keep going. Listen, I put you in the hot spot, so you've got to make the most of it.
Look at that, that's over 15, isn't it?
Trops there, yeah?
Lovely little fish, off you go. So that's number 6.
I'm jumping around, catching his dregs. It's just a good teacher. This is good team captaincy.
Yes.
Good boy. Right, pull him in towards the bank, Rip. Don't mess around. No, angle him towards the bank. Nice one. Flipping heck. It's not nice, but it'll do. It's a grayling. It's a measure.
Oh, she measures.
Yes, that'll do. Good man. Rip, don't, come on, get back in. We ain't got time.
Number 7.
Alex and I have decided to move. So quick tactical changes in order. Fish on!
That's fish number 3 for me. Wait, fish number 4, 3 grayling, 1 brownie, but typically it's all grayling. So unfortunately it's off season for brownies, you see. I'm like a blank canvas here, so these fish I wouldn't be catching them if it wasn't for him, so mate, you're a legend.
There you go.
Keep on hush.
Team Johnny.
Team Johnny, it's still Team Johnny! There we go. Come on, mate. That's better. I would prefer him to get up above you. I don't want to put too much pressure on.
No,
Got really soft mouths, haven't they?
yeah, you should be alright with that.
Get in.
Okay.
What were we just saying? Fish number 4. That is 30. So that's fish number 4 just released. I think it's time for lunch. 4 fish, I'm over the moon with that. I just hope I can beat Morgan. Seriously, at the end of the day, if I've got more fish than him, stuff the competition. He's the grayling guru, as I call him, the Welsh wonder. I just hope we can beat him, seriously.
Nearly 5 to 1, and now they're turning up. And they had the cheek to actually shout at me when I started with 2 minutes early.
We're not going to beat around the bush, right? Let's go for the biggest fish so far today. We'll leave the most fish to the end of play.
Yep.
There's only one person at the minute that knows who's got the biggest fish, and it's this man next to us. Come on, mate. Give us the good news.
Well,
Go on, give us
to be honest, I have to be honest. It's the Team Morgan.
Hey! Rip, nice one. Well, actually,
And guess who got that fish?
yes, it was him.
What was the size? Come on.
39 centimetres.
Mate,
It's not bad.
that's a cracking fish.
Tell
Well
you what,
done,
there are
man.
bigger
Well done.
in there to be caught.
Well,
And I lost the big one as well.
Yeah, he did.
if there's bigger in there to be caught, come on. Let's go and get some fish, Howard.
Best of luck this afternoon.
We've just had lunch there. The other guys have gone down to the bottom beat. We're up at the top beat on the second half of the day. And just while I'm waiting for Charles, I just want to have a couple of casts here. There's no point walking miles without having the odd cast, especially when it looks quite nice. Oof, thought it was a fish. Scores on the doors at the minute. Team Morgan are winning with the biggest fish. but we don't know how many fish they've had and they don't know how many fish we've had. So if we can get the most fish and draw 1-1, happy days. Yeah. Oh shit. And I'm a full-time gilly. Put it there, mate, well done. So sorry if that had come out. You know, I've never missed a salmon. I can't remember last time I missed a fish. Oh, Charles, get in. Well done, mate. Hey, it's a lovely fish. First cast and I'm stuck on weed. Yeah. We can't afford to waste any time. I'm not wasting a second. We need to get the volume of fish. We know they've had a decent fish. If we can pull it back and get the volume, that's the happy days. Just need to find a shoal of even small fish will do. Well, you've definitely got your mojo back, Charles.
Well, I've got something back.
It's not a bad fish, that, you know. This is by far the biggest fish we've hooked today. I hope to God it's a Grayling, because if it is, it's a good fish. It's a lovely Grayling. Get in there, my son. Yes! Charlie boy, get in, come here. I could kiss you. Get in. Now that is teamwork. That is a hell of a fish. Well, before lunch, the boys had the biggest fish. We obviously don't know how they're getting on at the minute, but this fish is my new PB Grayling, 41 centimeters. Look at that, stunning, 41 and a half, stunning fish, beautiful fish. That is us well and truly back in the game at the minute. We don't know how the other guys are getting on. They could be thinking the same at their end, but 41 and a half centimeters is a cracking fish. That's my new Grayling PB, and I have to thank Charles for that, because due to my mistake, his line got wrapped around mine. He's had to re-tackle up, so I just nipped in ahead of him, and I probably wouldn't have got that fish. So all I can do is say thank you and also apologise at the same time, Charles. Wait, that net, me, you were so quick. We've got about half an hour left, so we'll run as fast as we can to get to the next beat. Obviously, Charles is a marathon runner, I'm not, so. Oh.
This afternoon's beat is totally different to what we had this morning. This morning, great plan was leave Rip in the area where Alex put him. So what we're gonna do is just every fishy looking place, little spot, back area that I'm just dropping my flies in. So come to the bottom, gonna go back past where I parked the car, because I saw one back eddy up there, and I think it's a case of I'll leave Alex, put Rip in one spot, and I'll just keep on roaming, and let's hope find a pot of fish, because at this time of the year they tend to shoal. Find one, there'll be a couple more there. So I've found one, let's see his mate is in there, and then jump up to the top and hope there's a few more fish up there. Let's get another 10 as we did this morning.
I think those boys have ruined this stretch. I think they've done something. Ain't they, Hal?
Huh?
They've done something to this stretch.
Yeah. James washed his face in it. All the oil came off his hair. Put the fish off. Rip.
Yeah.
Keep working around that corner, mate. It's a nice seam up here.
Lovely jubbly.
So our adjudicator here, Mr. Jardine, says we've got about 5 minutes left, so we're down to the final few minutes. We don't know. One fish could win it. They may be miles ahead, they may have bigger fish, but all you can do is just, for me, I always just keep concentrating on what I'm doing. Otherwise you think about other people too much. Just do what you do best, which for me today is keep getting tangled up. I've been good at tangling today.
We're getting nearer to the end of the competition and tensions are running high.
We just cannot lose to James. He's going to gloat for the rest of the year, at least. And I'm going to have to put up with him. Oh, no.
Last 60 seconds. One more fish. Or double hookup would be good.
Double hookup would be great, right?
Has anyone had one today, Alex?
You have?
He's not saying, is he?
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any fish for.
Doesn't give much away.
Try.
But he does help a lot. I'll give him that.
Try a bit closer to our bank.
Oh no!
That was a fantastic effort.
Mate, I tell you what, thank you so much for today.
Well done.
Literally couldn't have done it without you. On a serious note, that was fantastic. Seriously, mate, honestly, I loved every second. I was getting a little bit agitated this morning. You do when you're not catching fish. You're new to it, it's just a massive learning curve. But I wouldn't have been able to do it without you two today, and I wouldn't have wanted to be on anyone else's team. Seriously, Charles, thank you, mate. I'm sorry.
I've really let you down.
You ain't let me down. Blooming hell, I was on the snagged your line all over me rod.
I didn't help, but...
But it meant I got the biggest fish. But not the biggest fish of the day, because I don't know how the other two guys got on. That was fantastic. Nice bit of coffee.
It's nice to have a dutiful son.
It is, isn't it? Oh, hello, boys.
Gentlemen,
Look at that swagger.
Look at the smile.
Yeah. The swagger's after fishing. Oh, I'm glad you got the coffee on, boys.
Right, did you get anything bigger?
We all know what's coming next. Yours was obviously 38 centimetres.
No, it wasn't.
What was it? 39?
39.
Yours was obviously 39 centimetres pre-lunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you finish up on?
Well, we got a much bigger one.
It was huge.
And then we woke up, we were dreaming, so we kept on the 39 this morning.
We kept on the 39.
Well done, boys. Ours was 41 and a half.
No!
Totally, boy!
You're joking.
41 and a half.
Right, okay, fish count.
Congratulations.
So you've got the biggest fish.
Yeah.
So 1-0. In total, Charles, do you want to tell them? 7 Grayling.
7 total. 12! You got 12! So, technically, that's a draw.
It is a draw, actually.
Well done, boys.
That's a draw.
Well done, boys.
And Alex, thank you very much.
Get in!
Good guidance, son.
Right, so you got biggest fish, most fish. Draw.
That's fine.
Now that's a nice fitting way.
Exactly.
And that's a very gentlemanly way of
So
leading
do we
this
all have
trip.
to have a full?
Next time we're back here, we've got to make sure this river is crystal clear, pristine, and then we can spot and target those fish. And I tell you what,
We'll just wait for the call.
and we will catch a lot more fish than we did today.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers, gents.
Coffee, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey.
Cheers.
I was pretending.
Actually, I want to
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Just to warm us up.
Thank you.
Oh, is it waiting?
Watch some snake hips.
Oh my God!
You know what this is, don't you?
It's a bank stick.
No, sunglasses there.
I should have just caught it.
Right, we've got to try and put this at someone's doorstep, alright?
No.
Double down. No. Can we just pay someone to do it?
That's tight blood.
Dancing with fish.
He just wanted to get the Fox Raiders on camera, that's what it was.
There we go. Fish on. Whoa.
You don't know where we are?
No.
Go on, leave it out.
I don't. Without having done, are we?
Here we go.